Why do we have fear of not being liked? I mean, where does it come from? Because if you think about it as a child, when you're born, it's like everyone likes you, everyone wants to hold you, right? And as a kid, everyone's like, oh my God, he's so cute, she's so cute. But then why is it at some point this fear develops that what if others don't like us? What if we are alone? What if we don't have any friends, right? And it's an interesting point that I had come across at some point in my process, and it's a point definitely many people also have. And so I figured make a video on it because it's a very important point, because if you have fear of not being liked, then you can't really build a business. I mean, think about it. In order to build a business, it's like you have to overcome rejection. You have to get rejected a lot. And rejection is a form of like, some people take it personally, of like, oh, that person doesn't like me, that's why they rejected it. Whereas they're just rejecting the product and not you. But many people take it that way. And in many cases, because we have the fear of not being liked, we end up acting in a certain way, we end up doing certain things, we end up saying certain stuff, where then people actually won't like us, which is interesting, right? And that's why you really want to look at the fears within you, because you will end up manifesting the fears, right? And definitely watch this video till the end, because I'm going to give you so many cool points that you could, as long as you could use one of the points, like you will improve in terms of how people approach you, how the quality of friends that you will get, and it will ultimately help you with making more money and all the stuff that most people want, right? But it's a really big point that not many people look at. And I was saying this point of we manifest our fears because, especially if you're into spirituality or self-development, many people think that, oh, you just think about something and somehow you manifest it, somehow you get it. But that's not how manifestation really works, or else I'm pretty sure millions of people have thought about becoming a billionaire, but there's not millions of people that are billionaires, right? So that's not how that really works. And again, we end up unconsciously manifesting our fears because in the act of being afraid of it, that means we are suppressing it and not looking at it. Therefore, we're not even correcting or coming up with solutions to make sure that that fear doesn't actually manifest, right? And that's why you really want to look at that. So the fear of not being liked, for me, really came from a lot of movies and cartoons, right? Disney movies and cartoons as a kid. And in those cartoons, especially if you've seen it, I highly suggest go look at some of your favorite cartoons that you used to watch as a kid, because I guarantee you there's points in there that is influencing how you act today, right? I used to have fear of knocking doors. That came from cartoons. I used to have fear of, again, not being liked, right? And many other fears, I don't remember, right? But a lot of it comes from those things. Also making a lot of money, becoming wealthy, thinking that if I become wealthy, somehow I'll be this evil person, and realizing, oh, it's in the cartoons, that like the Disney movies, that the wealthiest character, the richest character is like the most evil guy, right? And so if you know what I'm talking about, like definitely put it in the comment. Maybe comment some Disney movies that you watched as a kid that you know for a fact, like, oh wait, I think this movie influenced me, right? Or what are just some of your favorite Disney movies that you watched as a kid, or just any cartoons. But that fear of not being liked, comes from cartoons, because in the cartoons, like, they make certain characters that are super nice not being likable, or they're alone. Or if you watch any movies with like princesses and stuff in it, the princess is the one that's like always slaved. In the movie Tangled, it's like Rapunzel is like in this big ass castle. It's not a castle, it's like a tower, and it's like dark and stuff, and she's just stuck there. Or in Cinderella, like she's in the basement chained up, So all of these things, and when you look at it as a kid, you resonate with the nice character, right? Because you're like, I don't want to be evil. Even as a kid, you know that. But then you're connecting being nice to like being poor, not being liked, being oppressed, being a slave, and all these different points. And it's very fascinating, and it all limits you in your ability to have effective relationship with a significant other, or just making more money, right? Especially if you're thinking about having a business, but then you are like, oh, I have a lot of fears around business, I don't know why. A lot of it comes from these cartoons, and then you start watching that, and then when you go to school, that's the second phase. Then in school it kind of manifests. It's like, because now as a kid you've already developed the fear of not being liked because you saw it in the cartoons, and now in school you end up doing things where you actually are not liked, and then you're like, oh my god, I knew it, and so on and so forth, right? So yeah, definitely look at this point, and if you need more support, like, this is very important. And I know, like, you're probably driving, going about your day, you're probably in the yard working, like, who knows what you're doing. But if you think that you have this point within you, if you're watching this far, that means maybe you either know someone or you are facing it yourself. Like, definitely sit down. It's one of those points that you, once you figure it out and clear it up, like, you don't have to worry about it. But definitely look at it. And if you need help, more help with clearing it up, you can always reach out as well. But yeah, hope you got something out of it. Again, comment in the comment section what's going through your head. What are the things that comes up in your mind, and definitely share. Let's interact, let's create community, right? And as a community, let's all grow together so that we could change the system together.